Hey guys, it is A.r.bells and I am back with another fire bomb video. And as you can see by the mother title, today you guys are getting the story time that you guys have been wanting to see for so long. I apologize that it took so long, but I haven't been feeling good. You know, I've had some changes go on, so I'm just trying to get everything together. Like I said, I haven't been feeling good, and I had to get a new phone, and it was just a bunch of stuff. So y'all see me in my natural habitat right now. I'm probably gonna be messing with my hair throughout this video because it's hot outside. I really want to put it up actually, but yeah, if you guys don't know what I mean by requesting the story time, it's because you don't follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is almost always in the description box down below. That is where I interact to see what kind of videos the people that support me want to see. So if you do not follow me on Instagram, please do that, you feel me? And also don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell so you are notified when I post a video, because a lot of you guys tell me you don't know when I post a video, which means your notification bells aren't on and you don't watch all the way through to the end of my video. So make sure you watch all the way through, period. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and start the story time. I apologize if I'm not as hyped, because I was supposed to record this story time like while it was fresh on my mind, and now it's just kind of like whatever. But yeah, also I'm gonna try to make the story time as short as possible, but I'm like really detailed when I tell stories. So anyways, y'all can see from the title, this is gonna be about a time that a freaking demon or evil spirit or whatever answered my cell phone. And that's so freaking crazy. You know, it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be like bad vibes though. Don't be scared to watch the video. It's just basically, it has to do with this situation when I was talking to this guy who had some issues or whatever, and he had a fucking, well, he didn't really have a demon or spirit call my phone, but that's what happened. So I am gonna use what is it called, code names, fake names for the people in the story time, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna just start from the beginning. So basically, my mom is married, and her husband has a certain side of the family that I got to meet, and I met my crazy cousin. We're gonna nickname her, dang, this is hard. We're gonna nickname her Christina. So Christina was like super wild. She likes to drink, she likes to party or whatever. And me and my mom would babysit her little boy sometimes at the house. And eventually she got to the point where she seen I like to have a good time too from a lot of family events. So she decided to invite me to her apartment. Now the first time I went to her apartment, I think it was just her roommate, the kiddos, and somebody else. It wasn't that many people the first time I went to her apartment or whatever, but the vibes were just a little off. Like, I didn't like the vibes. I felt like something was prone to pop off like every time I was at this freaking apartment. I just didn't like the energy or whatever. But I wanted to see my baby because her son, that's like my love muffin. Like, I love him so much. So if you hear the dog howling, it's because she wants to come outside in the front with me, but she can't. So excuse that. But anyway, you know, I would say with this story time, like, if I would have followed my gut and just went with my first mind, I could have avoided a lot of this. But anyway, so she gets this new apartment with this roommate. Eventually that roommate moves out, so she has more room, and she gets a new roommate. Now, I met this new roommate like the second or third time I went over there. It was actually like 2 or 3 females over there. It was like a couple of dudes or whatever. And you know, we were drinking, we were outside dancing, we were just having a good time or whatever. And I peeped her new roommate, which is her ex-guy best friend. We're gonna call him Ralph. We're just gonna call this nigga Ralph, cause ew. So you know, I was real chill. You know, I didn't really speak to Ralph much because I'm not really the type to, well, I wasn't really the type at that time to just kind of like, you know, shoot my shot or whatever and be like, hey, what's up? So I was just peeping the energy, kind of peeping what was going on. And also one of the girls that was there at the house, we're gonna nickname her, what we gonna name her, because she's crazy. We're gonna name her Ronnie. We're gonna name this girl Ronnie. Now Ronnie was a bit younger than me. At the time I was like, well, I was like 22 or 21 or 22, and this girl was like 17, 18. Like, she was just about to get out the window. She was just turning around the legal age or whatever, but she was doing grown people stuff, if that makes sense. But anyway, Ronnie was also there at this get together or whatever. So what did I just name? Ralph was there at my cousin Christina's, and it was like 2 other guys, and it was some girls, and Ronnie was a part of the girls that was there. So, you know, I'm really just cool and open, so I was speaking to everybody. I was like, hey, what's up, blah 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 or whatever, and I was just catching some energy from Ralph, and you know, I was still keeping it cool, chilling or whatever. It got later in the night, and then there was like a little small incident where he was taking a shower and I walked in. I didn't really see anything. I lied and I was childish and I said I seen something, but I was just kidding or whatever. But yeah, so that's how I first met Ralph and Ronnie. And keep in mind, Ronnie is Christina's daughter. How that works, I have no idea. But yeah, so the next event that me and Ralph had like a, what is it called, interaction, is my crazy cousin Christina wanted to go out, and we went to this after hour spot or whatever, and of course Ralph was there and I was drunk. So you know, we were like sitting on the stage or whatever, and I was like laying back on him and stuff, because like I said, I was like really drunk. I was so messed up, so I was like laying back on him, and it kind of looked like we were caked up. And I was like, while I was drunk, I was like, ew, like they probably think like we're in a relationship or something. Like, this is weird, like we all caked up and laying together and whatnot while we at the freaking after hour spot or whatever. So that night I had went back to Christina's house again, because like I was too messed up to drive home, and Ralph was sitting in the back with me. This dog is so bad, y'all. Ralph was sitting in the back with me, but I was like laying on him because I was like super drunk. He was just like rubbing my side while I was drunk or whatever, and I was like, you know, just laying there. So that was like the second interaction. Now after that, before like this really big thing happened that I'm about to tell y'all about that included Ronnie, there were like a few more family events that Ralph had came to. Ronnie had came to like one of them, and I felt like the vibe, because I guess she knew that, you know, Ralph wanted to talk to me, because every time we were at a family event, he would send me like certain energy and signals to let me know he wanted to fuck with me. But I could tell that this girl Ronnie like really liked this man, and he was trying to like play it off like, you know, they were just messing around type of thing. But even then I was like, yeah, y'all messing around, but I can tell that she really like you and you're not taking it as serious. So anyway, the one family event that we had before the big event that I'm gonna get into, Ronnie was there, Ralph was there, and Ronnie was a little like standoffish. She was still getting drunk and having fun with us and stuff and dancing, but she could feel like the vibes that Ralph was sending me, and he was like flirting with me and stuff inside while she was outside. And like, I wasn't, how do I put that? I was never pressed about Ralph. Like, I was never pressed about Ralph. Like, you know, he was just something cool to look at, and I just peeped certain things that I didn't really mess with, you know. But me being me, I was like, maybe this nigga needs some uplifting. So whatever, we'll get into that. So after that family event, there was this when was it for my birthday? There was a certain event that happened that I ended up at Christina's house again. Why I kept going over there, I don't know, but I ended up at Christina's house again. And this time me and Ralph slept in the same room, and Ronnie was on the couch in the living room, but we were in 2 totally separate beds. So I slept with my cousin Christina, Ralph was on the mattress on the floor, and then Ronnie was in the living room on the couch. I forgot what happened. We went out, we did something, we got messed up, something happened to where we ended up at Christina's house, but I don't remember what we did. And oh, okay, this is a really big part of the story. So this night I ended up at Christina's house. I was with my ex-best friend, and me and her talked to these dudes back in high school, and they like to throw a bunch of parties and stuff. So they had rented this nice Airbnb, so they invited us to the party or whatever. So my ex-best friend was like, invite Christina or whatever, and I already knew Christina liked to party, and she was always around Ronnie and Ralph, so I already knew they were gonna pull up. She brought like one other person, so you know, we pull up to the party. They pull up shortly after us. You know, I'm looking, when I tell you I was looking so good at this party, like top knot, natural hair, laid, like makeup, slayed, outfit was so cute. Like I looked so good, okay? And the guy that was cool with the other guy that me and my best friend used to talk to, of course, you know, he was flirting, you know, giving me vibes or whatever, because he was cute, you know. So we drinking and whatnot, and then eventually Christina, Ralph, and Ronnie, and I think they brought one other person, showed up, and they brought like something to drink or whatever. And you know, Christina's automatically ready to turn up. She's like the life of the party. Like she likes to have a good time. She's crazy, she's wild, she likes to drink. Like, yes, so she was ready to turn the party up or whatever. And Christina and my ex-best friend, we're gonna give my ex-best friend a name. We're gonna name her, I don't know why Tootsie came to my mind, but we're just gonna name her Tootsie. So Tootsie and Christina had like a little thing where they would like flirt, and you know, Christina wanted to mess around with Tootsie, but Tootsie was a little scared and wasn't about that life. So, you know, they had this little thing, and you know, Tootsie didn't feel like really being bothered like that. When we were like out in public around like people, it wasn't family, so Tootsie was just kind of like, nah, I'm not trying to do all that. And Christina was a little touchy and trying to be extra, so the vibe with them was just kind of off throughout like the little time that they were there. Because y'all, this really happened in like 30 minutes. Like this happened in like 30 minutes. So they were having their little disagreement, and me, I was like, I'm about to go outside and smoke, because we couldn't smoke inside the house unless there was hookah. So I went outside to smoke. Ronnie proceeds to come outside. Now she looks so sad, beat up, like she's stressed, she got stuff on her mind, and I'm really good at reading energy, so that's why I was just like, you know, girl, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So she proceeds to tell me that she hasn't gotten her period, and she was asleep, and Ralph ended up, you know, mashing her while she was asleep. If you guys know what that means, I'm trying to keep this a little PG-13, but you know, he ended up invading her personal space while she was asleep, if you know what I'm talking about. And she just seemed really sad and down out about it. And if you guys get what I'm saying, then you kind of know where my mind was at when she told me that. It was just kind of like, what do you mean? Like, it seemed like it was unconsensual, if that's the right word. But yeah, that's what she made it seem like. So me, being the person I am, get down, Bella. Y'all, she's so bad. Anyway, me being the person I was just like, so what do you mean it was unconsensual? Like, what? I feel like I'm not in the middle of the frame. Oh, shit. Like, what do you mean it wasn't consensual, baby girl? Okay. So yeah, I was just like, the fuck? Like, she kind of dropped that bomb on me while we were at a party and we all drinking and have a good time. So my freaking energy immediately shifted. And as soon as I went back in the party, I couldn't really help myself. I looked at Ralph and I was like, so why did you do that to Ronnie? Like, why did you do that to that girl? And he's looking me dead in my face like, what are you talking about? Like, he was really like, what are you talking about? And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you a different day about this. This isn't the time or the place, because we're getting drunk and having a good time at a party. But I'm definitely gonna talk to you about this, because that's messed up if you did that. So after like a couple minutes after that, literally just a couple minutes after that, my ex-best friend Tootsie went outside, and I went to go check on her, and she was just like, I'm ready to go, blah blah blah. And she made me a little mad just because, well, that's not even important. Basically, she acts like that when she goes out. She says she wants to go out. She doesn't really want to go out because she's not a person that likes to party. So, and then her and Christina had a little altercation, not a physical altercation or anything, but Christina was mad because Tootsie didn't want to mess with her in that way, which is perfectly fine. But she was a little salty because she was drunk and stuff. Christina was a little salty because she was drunk. So, you know, I ended up taking Tootsie home. We went to the after hours spot that we went to the first time again. And this time I think I drove. And it was all of us. It was Ronnie, Ralph, it was me, Christina, and we went to the after hours spot after I dropped off my ex-best friend or whatever. And we ended up back at the house. So of course I want to sleep in the bed, so I slept in the bed with Christina, and Ralph slept on the floor. And we had also dropped off Ronnie before we went to the after hour spot because she was like super drunk. She got really messed up. She was super drunk, and we just had to drop her off too. So Christina dropped off Ronnie, I dropped off my ex-best friend. So me, Christina, and Ralph went to the after hour spot again. But this time it was more on like some, you know, I tried to keep my distance or whatever because, like I told y'all, I caught the vibe that this girl really liked this man. So we went back to the house, and like I said, all of us had slept in the same room except badass dog, except Ronnie. So I woke up that morning, you know, I'm a happy person. I'm glad I woke up and I'm alive. I walk in the living room to get some water because I'm very parched and dehydrated because I got drunk. And, you know, I speak to Ronnie. I say, good morning. And she gives me this mug. And I just look at her like, ew, what's wrong with you? Ugh, you just ew. Like, it was just ew. Like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? So I go back in the room, and Ralph had bought me a Sprite that night, I guess. And I found the Sprite on the side of the bed after I got my water. So I was like, thank you. You know, we in there talking. I forgot Christina had to go to work, so she had went to work. So it was just me and Ralph in there, and we were just talking or whatever. Nothing funny. So eventually, I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go home. I need to shower, get myself together. So I went home. And, you know, after that, this is where things really start to take a turn. There was this one family event. Ralph and Christina came by themselves. And, of course, I was there. My family was there or whatever at the, you know, the regular spot where we have all the parties at. And this whole, like the whole time Ralph was there, he kept trying to get me to give him, no, he kept trying to get me to give him my number. Yeah, I said that right. He kept trying to get me to give him my number. And I sat there for like a good 20-25 minutes trying to stray him from not wanting my number, because I was like, you and Ronnie got something going on. She really likes you and you're not taking it that serious. And I don't think you understand like how much this girl likes you, even though you may not take it that serious. She's younger. And yeah, and in the back of my mind, I also have what she told me at the party. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm getting drunk by this point, and I'm getting annoyed because he keeps asking me for my number. So I'm just like, you know what? You can have my number. Take my number, whatever. So he took my number, and I was just like, whatever. Hopefully I don't use his number. Hopefully he doesn't use mine. Like, because it was, like I said, I wasn't pressed for Ralph at all. It was just like he was a thing to look at. Not a thing. He was a person to look at while you know, we were at family events and at parties and stuff. This dog is bad as hell. But yeah, so I was just like, you can have my number. Now leave me alone. So throughout the night, he's flirty, of course, and me just being me, I'm flirting back, you know. So eventually, I don't know why, but something told me not to go to Christina's house tonight. So they were like, come over so we can drink more and we can smoke. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll buy some weed. We can drink. I mean, I'll buy some smoke. I gotta block that out. And we'll drink or whatever. So the night is ending and we're getting ready to go. I know it's after midnight. I think it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. And Christina's a really bad driver when she's sober. She's even worse when she's drunk. So she's pulling out behind me. I'm in my car. I pull out and I like hit the back of, not hit the back, but I hit the side of her car. I didn't hit her car hard, but I was just like, what the fuck is she doing? Because I looked back behind me and I was like, okay, I see nothing there. So I pulled back and I hit her car. That was like the first sign that I shouldn't have went. And I was still just like, whatever. She drove off regularly, so I backed all the way out. I didn't have any scratches or anything on my car. Like, that's how soft it was. But I back out and I follow her to her apartment. We stop by the gas station. I get what I need, and we go back to the house. So you know, I don't know how to roll, so Ralph rolled up for me. And you know, we smoking because Christina couldn't smoke at the time or whatever. And you know, it didn't take that much for me to get to my level because I had just started back smoking or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm done. So I'm thinking that means like, nigga, put out my blunt. Like, I know, but he sat there and smoked my whole blunt, and I was just like, ew. Like, nigga, you didn't put it on this. Like, why did you? Anyway, so I'm drunk and I didn't smoke. Y'all excuse my lips. I didn't put on lipstick or chapstick, whatever, after I got out of the shower. So I didn't smoke. I'm already drunk, so I'm sleepy. Christina's on the phone going off on somebody and she's yelling and being loud. So I'm just like, I want to go lay down. I'm in my zone. I'm feeling good. So I went and laid in Ralph's bed. Now, why I did that, I have no idea, but I was hoping that he knew that I didn't want him to come lay down in there with me. It sounds weird, but that's really how I was feeling. So I go in Ralph's room and I lay down. I want to say like 10-15 minutes later, he comes in there, he tries to lay down with me, and I'm just like, like, I really want to go to sleep. Like, can you just make sure you don't touch me, leave me alone? Like, I'm gonna sleep at the opposite side of the bed. You know, my head's gonna go this way, your head's gonna go that way. Like, that's just how we're gonna do this. Because in the back of my mind, I still have in my head what that girl told me at the party. So, you know, Ralph is like catching those vibes. He's like, why are you so uncomfortable with me? Like, what's wrong with you? And me, I'm just kind of thinking that's normal for one. Like, I don't really know you. Like, I'm really just trying to like go to sleep. And my cousin is being loud on the phone. And I honestly feel like there was somebody in her room to where I couldn't go. I think her boyfriend at the time was in there. That's why I didn't want to go in there and lay down. And I went in Ralph's room. So I'm just like, yeah, like, don't try nothing funny, just leave me alone. And he's starting to get like really mad for some reason. Not mad to the point where he's like violent or anything, or he's too aggressive, but he's just like getting irritated because he's not understanding why I'm so uncomfortable with him. And I'm just kind of like, nigga, I'm just trying to go to sleep. Like, so he was bothering me. Like an hour or two goes by and this man is just huffing and puffing. He's like, oh my gosh, why are you acting like this? I've never had somebody be so uncomfortable with me before. And oh my gosh, I can't believe that I'm really giving you all this room in my bed, and I didn't gave you my cover, and I'm laying on the opposite side. And I'm just like sitting here like, why are you complaining? Just go to sleep. Like, why are you so bothered by this? Like, boo-hoo, nigga. Like, I'm sleepy. So eventually I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, oh, obviously I need to tell you what this girl told me at the party, because you're catching the vibe. You don't understand why I'm so uncomfortable with you, which even if I didn't know this, I wouldn't want you sleeping like head to me and stuff like that. And yeah, I want my space. So I was like, so when we were at that party, Ronnie had told me that, you know, she missed her period and that you had invaded her space while she was sleeping, if you guys know what I mean. And he immediately looked at me like, so she made it seem like it wasn't a consensual thing. And I was like, look, that's just what she told me. Like, that's why I came in there and asked you, why'd you do that to her or whatever. So he proceeds to tell me like I would never do that, she's lying, blah blah blah, everything that we've done has been consensual, da da da. And I was just like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't believe you, I don't believe her, I don't know what to believe, I just want to go to sleep. So he's like, you don't believe me, huh? And I was like, no, not really. So what he did was he called Ronnie and he got on the phone with her, and he was like, you know, that night at the party, did you tell so and so that I invaded your privacy in your sleep and you missed your period and blah blah blah? And she automatically was like, no, why would I tell her that, and blah blah blah. Now keep in mind, if you never said anything like that, how would you know who her was and you told her what you told her? Like, you obviously told me that because you immediately knew not to say, like, why would I tell her that? Like, who's her? Who's he talking about? Because obviously I'm the only one you told that, so you automatically know he's talking about me. So she gets all defensive, like, I would never say that and blah blah blah. And I'm just sitting here appalled because I'm like, first of all, why would I lie about something like that? And you dead set in my face like a sad puppy and told me that while we were at this party, like, and you really sitting up here lying. So now I'm even more baffled because I'm like, I don't know who to believe for real now, because she's on the phone saying she didn't say that. And eventually he hangs up the phone, he gets mad, and he's like texting her, and he's like, I really want you to believe me because I would never do something like that. Like, I don't know why she would say that, blah, blah, blah. Everything's been consensual. So I'm just uncomfortable. And I'm like, you know what? Roll up a blunt. My high's going down. So he rolls up or whatever. We in his room smoking. He has some friend come over and smoke with us when I didn't volunteer to share my weed because he smoked my other blunt. Like, I should have known. Like, he just had some, sadly, I hate to say this, I don't like calling people this, but he had some bum tendencies, like, and I was really like wanting to just uplift him and get him to a better place type of thing and be a friend for him and show him that he could live a different type of lifestyle. But you can't be saving these niggas. This dog is so bad. Anyway, so friend comes over, smokes, whatever. So I'm really high now. I'm laying there, I'm like, I'm definitely ready to go to sleep, and he's still like, so you don't believe me and blah blah blah. He even told the guy like what the girl said, and the guy was like, what the fuck, like, that don't even sound right, like that nigga would never do something like that. So yeah, he gets the guy vouching for him or whatever, and he leaves, and we're there, and I'm just still kind of like uncomfortable. So he is proceeding to try to make me believe him, and the way he tried to make me believe him was it was like he tried to show me that he could be caring and physical with me without being inappropriate. And how he did it, it was weird. It was like we made an odd spiritual connection at the moment. That's hard to explain. Like, he was like hugging me and touching me in ways that were like non-sexual, and just trying to like show me that he didn't do something like that. And it was on like an odd, deeper level, like we connected mentally and spiritually. Hard to explain, but it happened. So eventually I could tell he wasn't lying. So I was like, okay, cool. We didn't end up doing anything, by the way, but I was like, yeah, cool, okay, I believe you, whatever. So after that, we were able to go to sleep, and by that time, like, I was so comfortable because he had me like super cuddled in his chest or whatever. So I fall asleep. I'm high, like I'm ready to go to bed. So y'all, when I tell you, the next morning we woke up, Ronnie broke into this nigga's room with a butter knife, and she comes over, and I told you I'm like cuddled in his chest, and we're both like facing this way, so he's like behind me and I'm in the front or whatever. So she starts punching this nigga and hitting him, and she's missing me the whole time. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, I really don't want to have to fight, because if she hits me, I'm gonna be upset. And this nigga is like, she's been hitting him for like 1 or 2 minutes, and this man is not waking up because he's that comfortable. So I have to tap this nigga, and I'm like, nigga, wake up. I know you see this girl here trying to get your attention. Like, get up and handle your business. Like, I don't have time for this. So he gets up, he goes to talk to Ronnie. They're having like this little argument, altercation. They take it outside. I'm still trying to lay in the room because I'm sleepy. And eventually they were gone for like 30 minutes. So now I'm just like, what the fuck are they doing? So I get up out of my sleep. I go in the living room with Christina, and we start talking about it, and I told her what happened, and she was like, oh yeah, Ronnie probably said that and told that to you so you wouldn't want to talk to him because she really likes him. And I'm just like, bitches really do stuff like that? I'm sorry, females really do stuff like that? I was just like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, that really like took me back, because I was like, why would you lie about something like that just because you don't want me to talk to a guy you're talking to? And like I said, I wasn't even pressed over this man like that. Like, so it was just like, okay. if you say so. So I'm sitting in the living room with Christina while they're outside talking, and mind you, my phone, I couldn't find my phone. So I forgot to tell you guys that Ralph had like a skull head in his room. It was like on a necklace, and I felt bad energy from that the moment I walked in his room the very first time I met him. So the skull head was in there or whatever. But anyway, you know, Christina's like calling my phone, and y'all, it's like my phone is picking up. Like, well, it'll ring, and then you know what you hear when somebody answers the phone? So my phone keeps picking up every time I call it. And I'm just like, who the fuck has my phone? Like, give me my phone. Like, do you have my phone? Like, blah, blah, blah. So me and her thinking Ronnie has my phone on some childish stuff. So, eventually after he talks to her or whatever, and they've been outside for like 45 minutes to an hour, and we've been calling my phone, Ralph comes back inside. He goes in his room, and he's like, your phone is right here. And I was just like, nigga, you have my phone. He was like, nah, your phone is right here. Like, it's in the bed. Like, I didn't touch it. Like, it's just sitting here. So I found my phone. I picked up my phone, and all the missed calls are there. And the missed calls are there like nobody answered my phone. So that's when I knew he was telling the truth, because it's like missed calls on my phone. But when we were calling my phone, it picked up every time. Like, it picked up every single time, y'all. And I really feel like whatever bad energy that was in that apartment and in that room from Ralph and Christina and the people she's had in there was trying to give me a sign to let me know that I didn't need to be there. I didn't need to go over there anymore, and I didn't need to deal with him. So that took me back or whatever. But I'm just like, okay, I didn't have all this happen this morning. I need to know what she said. I need to know what you're thinking, and then I'm gonna go the fuck home. So when he goes in the room, and he proceeds to say, I don't know who to believe now. Like, you could be lying because you like me and you don't want her talking to me, or she could be lying because she likes me, she doesn't want you talking to me. So this took me back again, and I become baffled. Like, nigga, you are the one that spent almost 30 minutes trying to convince me to give you my number. Like, where does me, I don't even like you like that. Like, I don't know where he got the impression that I liked him that much, that I would go and lie about something that serious because I didn't want her talking to him. Like, I don't care if y'all talk. I didn't want to talk to you because she likes you more than you keep trying to tell me. You keep trying to like downplay this situation. So he really sat there and tried to make it seem like I was possibly lying because I was that pressed over him or something. Like, first of all, you smoked up all my weed that you didn't put in on, and second, like, unfortunately, you're a bum. Like, and I hate to say that, you know, like, I pray that he's not in that type of mindset anymore, and he's found a better way of living. But you know, like, I saw some red flags. You know, I saw him sitting at the bus stop one day, and he had on like he had on some type of designer belt, but he was sitting at the bus stop. And I know y'all probably like, what? But if you have the type of mindset I have, like, I don't understand that. Like, you could have used that money for that belt to get a car, but whatever. To each his own, boo. So I'm just really sitting here baffled because he really just tried to play me and make it seem like I was on his body or I was pressed about him. So I lied, and I was just like, okay, both of y'all are crazy. Y'all are meant for each other. I don't have time for this. So yeah, that's how that went. After that, me and Ralph we parted ways because I didn't like his energy. I didn't want to deal with him. I was over it. I was just like, look, it was fun while it lasted. I eventually ended up like blocking him on social media or unadding him, one of the two, deleting his number, deleting his messages. Like, I was just like, nah, too much come with you. Like, he would still come to family events of like sometimes, but eventually my cousin Christina had to cut him and Ronnie off because she seen what I seen that day. They just they had to go. So yeah, guys, that is a story time about how I had an incident where a fucking spirit or demon answered my phone, and I was dealing with this bum ass nigga, like, and he tried to flip the script and make it seem like I was on his body. Like, ew. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna word my thumbnail for this, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you guys want more story times, please let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys didn't really like this story time, please let me know in the comment section as well. Just interact with me, because when I post, it's because I want you guys to be entertained. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my first one in a new setting, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your notification bell. Like I said, interact with me, follow me on my Instagram, and shout out to everybody that supports me, and I love you guys. I'm about to actually go record another video for y'all. So yeah, y'all have a blessed day, and stay away from these bum ass niggas, and protect your energy, and go with your gut, because if I would have went with my gut, I could have avoided so much of this. Okay, that's just that on period. Bye y'all.